26K like we do for Mag Prime. But I was really hoping that we would break $1,000, and I'm pretty sure we did. So that's gonna be super cool. All right, let's get started. You guys have all your tickets ready? We're gonna start. Okay, Paul. Paul's so professional. He told me that this weekend I wasn't allowed to work and I just had to drink the juice, so I followed him. Does that work? The mirror that you guys are doing this. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is for the Duck Hunt Dog painting by one Mr. 8-bit artist. Oh, you're going to do that? Where's Huey? Oh, Huey! Come hither. You're going to be the ticket guy. And I need you to read the tickets in your most fabulous radio voice.
I don't know if that is that at all.
Alright, so the first ticket will be
503124.
Hey! The rest of this garbage. There you go. Oh yeah. Let me verify because we're ultra professional here. Hey, that's a number. There you go. Awesome. Okay, so the next one is going to be the complete Sega Genesis package. A lot of tickets went into this. It comes with the complete, for whatever reason, not for resale labeled cartridge Sonic. It was donated by Mad Gear. Check these guys out. They're awesome. Let's get that into. So here, shopping bags. Definitely professional. Smack those things around. Ruffle that bag. That looks pretty tough. I'm going to need this. Number 2. A little swishy swashy.
502221.
502221. There it is. Now you can throw the losers away. There you go. Hey man, I want to be the one who fights for justice. The next one is for everyone's favorite game, Dance Dance Revolution Mario X. We all know that all 7 tickets in this bag. It's super desirable. See, jokes on everybody else is $7 that somebody potentially spent on that. That sells on eBay for $80 because it's sealed. So they win. Whoever wins that. Couldn't jumble as much.
Okay. 502683.
Yeah. Now there it is. Everybody get a round of applause for Mr. eBay. There it is. Congratulations on your score. Yes. The next one is going to be. The next one's going to be for a pair of MAGFest season passes. Now keep in mind this is a pass that gets you into not only MAG 13, but every single MAGFest sponsored event between MAG 13 and MAG 14. Obviously not including MAG 14. So it's an entire year. You got BitGen, you got our Game Over events. If, for whatever stupid reason, we decide to lose money and do another 0.5, we're going to do that again. Whatever we decide to do, You guys are invited. This is a pretty big one. This is worth a few shekels. Alright. Give her a nice healthy swirl.
Pretty helpful. I saw a ninja commercial.
Alright. Yeah. We watched a blender advertisement for it.
That was easy. 503024.
Yep.
There it is. My man. Alright. Yeah, that's close. That's ballpoint. I don't know, guys. He's gonna go. That's awesome. All right. See me after this. I gotta get your information to get you this. All right. The next one. Speaking of systems, is this amazing Famicom donated by the fine folks at Save Points. There's your uncle.
This one had this is the most.
It's between this one and the Mega Man. No, we're bad. This is the Famicom.
We'll get to the deck.
Oh, that's right. You want to shit ton of tickets.
I did.
Did you ever find them?
Yeah, no, right here. I got it.
Okay. You got real. You drank a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
Lost them. Coffee. We all drink coffee. You would give her a swirl. This is the big one.
One ticket here.
502593.
593.
Yes.
You got it? Let's verify this ticket.
Not yet.
We have a winner. Wonderful, wonderful. We've got two left to go here. The first one we're going to do is the Mega Man hoodie, which claims very desperately to be an extra large. It's actually a medium. Or it's a Japanese extra large. It's like American. It's extra strong. If I ever went to Japan, I could just get cars. That's not for me. This is for the American.
Oh,
Give her a good swish.
Give it a little bit of rustling. Keep on rustling. Thank you.
Rustle the bags, Jimmy's over.
Okay.
With ninja power.
this is it. 502470.
What was it?
502470.
470. That is the quietest victory. He was a demon born. Already won it. In case anybody hadn't seen this, it's officially licensed by Capcom, but it is handwritten. That is awesome. There you go, man. Keep up. And the last one, possibly not the MAGFest swag bags. All the shirts that were for sale, all the stickers, the patches, plus a shirt from Afton here who the orange shirt just sold out. It's an extra large, so hopefully it fits most people. Not me again. Crowd participation. I love it.
0, 3, 2, 1, 5.
2, 1, 5. I swear to God. No, somebody, our friends got a picture of us the day we met, and he labeled it separated.
And we're also wearing the same outfit.
We were wearing,
Oh man,
wait, you won? You already have all of this, except for the acting shirt. Jesus. Let me see.
That's 215.
215. I don't care how many staffing operations you've done, you ain't gonna cheat me, kid. By the way, they did the tally. Yeah, my goal was $1,000. And due to you guys being super, super awesome, we raised $1,356. Now, in keeping with MAGFest charity tradition, a lot of you were wondering what an auction is, and this, that, and the other, and a lot of people really like the auction stuff. So on a slightly more/less serious note, for like $1 for a charitable donation, I'll draw a dick on whatever you want. We gotta keep the ball rolling on that. Ball rolling on. The zip zap. Boom. No. There's a sign, man. There are rules. Seriously. For all the people that circumvented the no dick drawing on the cabinet with like Dick Tracy, Richard Nixon, that was amazing. And there was like half a dozen other things. I went up to the guy, Mike, the guy that runs our state department, and I was like, dude, you put a rule up there and they outsmarted the hell out of you. He was like, I know. $1,356. Thank you guys. Seriously. Stick around for closing ceremonies. Oh, you want me to draw a wiener on something? Oh, you gotta
The guys that were tripping over each other in here?
Wait, that was last night on midnight.
Do you want a mic? You can have a mic.
You want me to come up there?
I am indifferent. I'm asking you if you want to come up yet. Okay. This is how it works. Like, seriously, if anybody wants a mic, you know.
I mean, I gotta think
I don't even know who this guy is. Really.
I mean, we met this weekend.
Oh, I mean,
Oh, this guy? I don't know. He looks so cute.
You are. You're the
I mean,
like
you did touch my head just a few minutes ago.
I did touch his dick.
Chest?
Yeah.
Can I rub it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It's pointing right at you. Dick nipple. Nipple dick. No? Okay. So what in my further attempts to ingrain myself as deeply as possible into this festival, what do you do when you're up here?
You bullshit and say random dumb shit, mostly about MAGFest and
other dumb shit.
Really, what it is we wait for Brendan to show up, and then we hand him the microphone, and he tells stories about MAGFest for like 3 hours. Or this guy. No. Right. Yeah. I'm just saying.
So how do we know if this thing is like officially started?
Oh, it doesn't get official.
Oh,
It
great.
sort of slides into existence,
That's
and
good.
then
That feels good.
And then people sort of filter out of the room eventually, and there's like 10 people left. We're like, what the fuck are we doing here? It's like 6 o'clock.
Actually, Paul, usually you ask the question, what the fuck are you doing here still?
Yeah.
This thing pointing into my eyeballs.
No, we label this as
Isn't that
closing
There's not even
ceremony.
a chair and he's talking.
Just like we label opening ceremonies, and then finally after like 6 years of doing this, I went to an opening ceremonies at another event, and I was like, holy shit, this is not what we do.
What did they do?
I think it was Katsucon, and they had they paraded out all their guests. It was pretty awkward, actually.
Awkward.
They,
Katsucon?
yeah.
Whatever do you mean?
No, but they paraded out all their guests, and nobody seemed to really get the scheme. And even after like the 10th guest had come out, they were still like, the guest would be like, okay, all right, so that's who I am. Do the voice! Do the voice!
Oh, whatever,
And
they're
they
a
stand
guest
there
and
awkwardly
animated
for a second, waiting for their cue to leave the stage, and then finally they just sort of leave the stage and wait at the edge of the stage and hand the mic to the next guy. And then they had people do the little stunt show thing.
Wait,
and
yeah?
people. Oh yeah, there's like.
Are they cutting into my territory?
Talk to you about that. There's a husband and wife team from like St. Louis or some shit.
Oh, that would make sense.
That does like a samurai sword show.
Oh, no, I know them. They were at that weird convention that's on like a warship in there. But what's the one that was on the boat?
One that was
No, there was seriously...
That's a Lonely Island video.
No, there was seriously somebody set up a convention on an actual air carrier. What do you call a really big boat in the Navy?
Aircraft carrier?
Aircraft carrier, yeah. There was an aircraft carrier con, and I saw pictures of the samurai couple, and that's actually kind of cool. They actually teach legitimate stuff, and they do it in a fun way. They're like kind of like a Renaissance fair sort of thing. You know?
Right, yeah.
I mean, that totally.
Yeah, no, and they brought out like the little string quartet to play some anime music or something, and like basically it was just sort of an overview of the entire event. And we kind of do that, honestly, but that's because an overview of our entire event involves a bunch of nerds sitting around and bullshitting. And that's kind of what happens.
Hey, that's oddly familiar to
That's what's happening right now.
Okay, so faux serious for just a second. If anybody here is actually new to this MAGFest and this whole phenomenon, I ain't kidding. We are seriously just going to sit here and bullshit about random stuff for like the next hour until we kick ourselves off the stage. So
if you're hoping for content or things of importance, you're wrong.
What happened last night? I don't remember that. It was like one of the Hangover movies.
the quote of MAGFest right there. What happened last night?
Does anybody have any pictures of where I was or what I was doing at any? Oh, great! Dark Magician Girl does.
I sent a text message to Dom and a couple of the other guys, and I was like, did anybody catch the license plate of that bus that hit me?
Bus.
Yeah, I got that picture here.
Party bus.
So
No, you had that picture.
this event is a copy of older events where we were a little looser and more fucked up than we are now.
Is that possible?
And I think what happened with this event is everybody was like, all right, we're doing the loose fucked up thing, nobody cares, and we all just kind of like, everybody showed up.
Holy shit.
Wow!
I'm serious.
It's like
He's got a picture of me laying half naked on the floor of
He's
playing
like,
concerts.
you know, you really can't see it. He's like half naked on the floor. It's like one of those bearskin rugs.
Oh, that's right. He did a little belly to belly action.
So would you say it's like Nerds Gone Wild or something? Like if we just walked around with the camera and said, lift up your shirt to every guy, you know?
Yeah.
Lift up your shirt! Yeah!
I would like to see Bill Dozer's tits and his dick on his chest. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, if anybody was worried that like the John St. John panel was going to be the only thing chock full of profanity and random offensive content.
Oh, dag man.
Wait, he doesn't show up?
You said it like it's a
John
bad
St. John, he's usually way too hungover by this point in MAGFest to do.
He was like an hour late for his
What's
panel.
that?
No, he's on his way back to his room right now.
Oh right, they were doing the early morning panel. It was the John St. John hungover panel.
Dude, Michael May's got a 500-ounce drink, probably in mayonnaise.
I love it.
100 ounces.
Oh, did Rod bring you that? Yeah. God, that guy's.
Just so you guys know,
Where's Rod? Rod's not here.
Can eat mayonnaise with a spoon. That's terrible.
Rod's one of the MAGFest characters. We've got a lot of characters. Rod has like a shaved bald head and kind of looks like that all the time. He's really amused by something that's a little bit creepy. And when he laughs, I think that's legitimately his laugh. It's like a clown that's gonna kill you in your sleep. He walks around with a mug that big, and he brought one for Buffet. Buffet, do you want a microphone?
That's what this is. That's what this is about.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Well, all I can say is I really do hope that thing is usually filled with liquor, because if it was filled with Mountain Dew, he would like die.
He doesn't drink.
You fill that with Mountain Dew?
No. Tang.
Huh? Are you serious? I don't want to try it. That's Tang. Wow.
So, all right, I'm going to tell the microscopic version of my story about Buffet. He eats a lot of mayonnaise. The end.
That was epic.
The extended story is a lot more entertaining.
It was directed by Peter Jackson.
Well, maybe in his early days.
Like Dead Alive or something.
Right, exactly, yes. Imagine him directing a movie about a guy eating a sandwich at Subway. That's kind of, you kind of get into
You old Peter Jackson. Right. Not new Peter Jackson. This would be like 6 hours long and
Right.
you know, it would be in 3D and
There'll be a lot of speeches in Elvish.
oh gosh, yeah. 12-minute song about putting on a dinner party. I don't remember anymore.
I'm going to tell another microscopic story. Once upon a time, we had a griefer at MAGFest. I took his badge and fucked with it and made a jackass of everybody, and he was cured. Yeah.
No, that wasn't just you, Paul.
I'm telling the microscopic versions of these stories. I am not getting into the part with the questionable body fluids.
You're like a Twitter link.
Because that was really questionable. Like, it seriously took me a year to figure out that dude did not urinate on the badge. It was something else.
Wait, what?
No, that was the special sauce, as he called it. We brought it back to shopping, like one of those little.
Dude disappeared from the
bags,
bathroom, disappeared to the bathroom with a badge, and came back in a longer amount of time than it would have taken to piss on it, which is what I thought he was going to go do.
Huh.
And it was in a plastic bag, and it didn't get touched out.
Did you burn it?
The hotel cleaned it up.
Oh, well.
I don't know what happened
They're
to
used
it.
to that.
I was actually going to keep it and like bleach it or something, but the hotel cleaned it up out from under me, and it just went away. And I figured that was probably for the best. So people do stupid shit at MAGFest, and it's really funny. Yeah. This is honestly like we'll just sit here and be awkward and shit, and every once in a while somebody will be like, okay, that's enough, and they'll get up and leave, and we'll be like, yeah, you made it out, all right. You have a life to return to.
You know, we really should have like a pool. How many people are actually left by the time of your farts?
Okay.
Well,
I wasn't.
This one's going to be a little weird because it's 8.5. Previous MAGFests here, every single one was significantly bigger than the last, and we'd have a whole bunch of new people, and a lot of people like super excited about MAGFest in a like. They'd want to stick around for the feedback panel and talk feedback and be like, oh, this was great, but this sucked, can you fix this? Why is the parking so expensive? Blah, 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 you know, etc. But this time, like, this is a tiny MAGFest at this point, and most of the people here have been through this shit, so feedback is just going to be like, parking's expensive. Yeah, right, we know.
Well,
so I have no idea how long this is actually going to go, and I don't know where Brendan is. He's usually the one that makes it take 4 hours.
I'm new here.
Okay, you're in charge.
This is a brilliant plan. Well, not to get sappy or to like kiss up to the entire staff like I've been forced to do all week. I would like to just say that I've introduced myself in multiple conventions. I'm nobody of merit, by the way. I'm just a dude.
He's Luke Lightning.
Don't ask him. You'll see the boy shorts, the booty shorts at some point.
That's a great outfit.
I wanted to punch Kevin so hard. I was like, this is what I'm here for, to wear booty shorts and act like a dumb jock. Okay, it's a long story. But I've been going, no, God, you don't want that. I don't even remember at this point. There was a robot and a woman and a cat and
This story needs pictures.
Well, there's moving pictures, but they're not ready
they're
yet.
not out. But as somebody that's over the
Have
course
you been to a MAGFest?
That's what I'm trying to get to. I came to 12 for about 2 hours last year this year. Still this year? This year.
Yeah, it's
To
here.
see the Beatdown Boogie panel and watch Mario Warfare Network with a couple of people. But I just come out on a whim and I wasn't spending a lot of time there. But I came out and it was a lot of fun. 12 was big. It was closer to what I'm used to in terms of conventions, festivals. And so I came
Nick
out to
isn't
this
here,
one.
so you're safe.
Well, okay, so I go to like...
Oh, Nick is... I've been looking at this side of the room.
I go to 3 conventions.
Why are you over there?
Who's that?
Okay.
I just want to say, I go to like 3 conventions. I go to Otakon, I go to Intervention, and I go to some other one. Intervention is like kind of what this was, only nothing happens.
Right.
And I love Intervention. But it's a smaller, very tight-knit community.
Yeah.
And mostly the
No,
people there.
Intervention is about like conversations
Right.
between people who are doing things on the internet.
And it's really cool about that,
Right.
yeah. But this was exactly as marketed, a giant party. And I could not even get to start drinking until the second night, which made me still not sure what was going on. And then last night I go to the costume contest and I become very aware of what's going on here. And this morning I woke up and I was like, what happened? Where? Who? Oh, hey, no. Oh, wait, no. What? Does anybody else have a moment like that when they're here? Like, seriously?
I have those moments and I don't drink.
By the silence in the room, I can tell you're all still going through that moment.
I did that 5 years ago.
Oh, and you're still there. So, all I can say though is that, this was actually the most fun I've had at a con or festival or whatever you want to call it, the Festivus.
It's a constable.
It's Constable?
I might be constable right now.
Okay. So I really just want to say thank you guys for having us, our group, the stunt group. We did the fight choreography panel. I don't know if any people were in there. Raise your hands if you showed up for even like 5 minutes to it. My girlfriend, everyone. Thank you. And the guy in the back. And you were there.
The guy.
The guy.
Yeah.
But you were there too.
Do you know the guy?
Yeah, we talked at some room.
Drunken Ops.
Drunken Ops.
Red.
He's a guy that does some really cool stuff, and
the stuff he does is started back.
his name is Joe. There we go. Everybody's got like a 1-syllable name here, like Joe, Tim, Tom, Paul.
Panels is getting difficult.
Yeah, well, it's a. No, I'm not important yet.
We have we're starting to have an Ian problem. We have a Brandon problem, and we have a huge mic problem. We have like 10 mics, and some of them are convenient and come to us with a nickname. Some of them were like, no, you need a nickname. You can't be Mike. So cool. I'm glad that this is still working, and first time people are still feeling it for until they can't feel it anymore. But that's.
And then they come back.
Well, it makes me wonder what to expect for 13. Like, is it going to be like this on like steroids or crack or meth or all three?
In order of magnitude.
In order of magnitude. Okay.
Yeah. No, just move the decimal place over. We had 12,000 people last year. So, all right, since this is closing ceremonies-ish stuff, we had 1,400 warm bodies checked in to this event. I just feel silly because we were like, yeah, we're gonna get 2,000 people in there easy. Like, people are gonna be beating our doors down for tickets. And then we announced, and 500 people signed up, like, blam, in like 12 hours. And then it stopped. And then it just stopped, and we were looking at it, we're like, that was 500, keep it coming. We got Really? Everybody? Hey, MAGFest event, it's exclusive! You wanna, hey, really? You don't wanna be special? Well, I guess we're not gonna fill it up. Oops.
Yeah, we were a personal story about that because Tom, the panel ops that want us to come in, he was like, look, you gotta get all your people pretty much registered 2 months ahead of time. It's gonna sell out. And I was just like, let's see how long we can push this. And then we get to kind of like this week, and it was like Monday, and I was like, okay, well, I picked my team, we're all coming out, and we all got in, and it was awesome, and there were no problems with that. So at least we know that the registration process isn't a nightmare like some other.
No, we just, we might be fixing that, by the way.
Oh, you're gonna make it worse?
It's not possible.
I thought it was fine here. I mean, I've been wearing this thing all.
Right, no, I'm saying we might be fixing the other convention.
Oh, I've heard telltale of such stories.
There is another convention that I won't name, Katsucon. Instead of fixing their registration system, just designates the largest space they have in the entire event for the line for registration. And they put tape on the ground so that people can weave through this 40,000 square foot space that we put an arcade in.
So they take up like an expo hall slice?
An expo hall slice.
For registration?
Yes. Yes, literally. And the line fills up about half that expo hall slice easily. And you stand in line for 4 or 5 hours to get registered for Katsucon. It's ridiculous. It blows my fucking mind. And they do it every year. It's like they don't, I don't,
They call that line con or something?
Yeah.
I should put a ball pin in.
Anyway, so
Those people, who knows what it
it's
is.
just going to be an ongoing joke. Barcodes.
No, we didn't.
Oh.
No,
They
it's
didn't come up much this year.
running joke.
Processing.
Right, no,
Barcode, all the things.
barcodes were a response to problem solving in MAGFest, and I got irritated because like when we had an issue that was like, oh, how are we going to handle giving people their badges, or how are we going to handle our inventory or something, invariably one of us nerds would be like, oh, put barcodes on it, and like, barcodes are not actually magical. You don't just put a barcode on something and then the computer knows what to do with it when you scan it. And I got irritated and I started going off on people when they mentioned barcodes, so then it turned into a joke, and like people would mention barcodes in front of me just to be silly. And now, people only mention barcodes to be silly, which is exactly what I wanted in the first place.
How about QR codes?
You're right, those are more advanced.
They are more advanced, and they're square shaped, so they take
The
up less
computer might
space.
just automatically know what to do with it.
See, now here's the thing. If you're doing like a QR code, you can't like find the barcode and fuck with it and put the square wave through it.
Damn. That's a shame.
Yeah. So I think I had something relevant that I was talking about, but I don't care anymore.
Improving.
Nick, do you have something to actually do? Should we stop the bullshit for a second?
Switch.
So I wanted to say a few words about my appreciation for this venue here. It means a lot to MAGFest, it means a lot to me to have it here, because for the first 5 years MAGFest, we really had no place to go, because every hotel we went, we got kicked out after 1 year, and so
We're probably not going to get kicked out of this year, but we'll see.
And so when MAGFest had no place else to go, the Hill Mark Center was here for us, and when I had no place to go, the Mark Center was here.
Just picture like Brendan with his sad face holding a sign, Mead Hotel for MAGFest.
It's the place I needed because last spring I was at Ray's Hellburger in Arlington, and I was on 395. And I just felt the diarrhea coming so bad, and I had nowhere to go to the bathroom. But then there it was, the Hilton Mark Center. It was there for me when I had nowhere else to go. And I destroyed that bathroom property.
saying, I mean, not this room. The MAGFest badge is like, hi, I'm whatever it says on my badge, and I'm an alcoholic. Right. Yeah. No, for the Mark Center years, I was the guy running MAGFest. I'm one of the guys leading MAGFest at this point, but I don't have the time to run it, so Dom runs it, and Nick, and a bunch of other people run it. That was... Wow, I just completely derailed. I was trying to find the thought that I was talking about. Do you... What's that? Yeah, no, that's just... Man, I guess it's been kind of a long weekend for me. So, yeah, I don't know.
Should I go into like interview mode or something and like ask you questions to demand answers or something?
Steph, do you want a mic? You can do your thing. Do your thing. We can fill in space between people actually saying things.
All I want to
Kyle
know.
just sit here as decoration the whole time. He's like,
He's got a beard and glasses and a dark t-shirt.
Yeah.
He belongs, right?
you can kick him out if you want.
I don't know.
His badge is prettier than mine.
There was nobody at the table, but I was just...
Like Star Wars.
His parents.
Zach Star Wars, it says it on his badge.
Yeah, it does.
He's representative of all you people. He's like the protagonist you can relate to, and we just kicked him off the stage.
It's all right.
Wow, right. How are you doing since
Just
last
talk,
night?
man.
Just talk, okay. All I want to know is who liked the arcade, even though it was small.
Buffet was disappointed because he could only bring half a tractor trailer of his arcade cabinet.
Yeah, tell me about it. No, that's it. Who else, besides Squid, anybody else in here from your arcade? Sort of, well, you helped out a lot, which is good.
He built one of the machines.
Yeah,
That kind of counts.
Did CY work on him or?
No,
No?
no.
CY doesn't actually do anything, he just complains.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
So,
I like him well enough.
so make sure you thank those two guys as well, because they helped make
Getting
it
a
happen.
significant amount of feedback.
Well, stand up so they can see you, for things sake. That's what I'm saying. So, and all the other guys out in the arcade staff, give them a nice, thanks and everything. So, anything else? Anything you guys noticed? Yes, no, bad, good? Well, I'm here for my feedback.
How many dicks got drawn on the cabinet?
Only one.
Okay. Are you talking about Richard Nixon?
No.
Because I saw that.
Well, that's only from Futurama, so.
What's up?
If you include all of the people named Dick, I think the tally's a 4.
4 or 5. Yeah.
I'm actually fairly amused. If you guys saw the white cabinet, this is the thing that Buffet does. He builds a custom cabinet, paints it all white, and lets people scribble on it for MAGFest. And he came to me on the first day and was like, I just want your authorization to pull people's badges if they draw dicks on my cabinet. So I'm fucking tired of dicks on my cabinet.
I've got 3 of them that have dicks on them.
And this is understandable. So he plastered the thing with signs that are like, do not draw dicks. And what I find actually entertaining and kind of cool in its own semi-pathetic way is that the cabinet is now full of people trying to circumvent that. And not actually drawing dicks, but sort of doing a creative angle on like, so does Richard Nixon count? Like,
Yeah, Dick Tracy.
right, yeah, okay, Dick Tracy, I missed that one.
You gotta go see it, it's really well done.
Yeah, no, I saw some really cool stuff on it.
Yeah, somebody drew the R-type ship on the side.
And it's like excellent, whoever did that, fantastic
Yeah,
job.
absolutely, fantastic. So, well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. So, come enjoy the bigger one is the next one. Thanks much.
In conclusion,
Yeah.
don't go to a Subway with him if you have a weak stomach.
If you want entertainment, come on over.
Or Shirley's.
That too.
They call him Buffet for a reason.
I've been kicked out of 3 of them.
So here's an
Gets
interview
kicked out of all
question.
things.
Yeah. As somebody that's recently been black hole into this fold. And you just, wow.
Yeah, you're stuck now.
How do you usually, this team, this incredible Justice League of, well, not justice, how have you pulled together your force, your legion?
Okay, Tom can tell you the story more accurately than I can. But
Sure.
There was a convention in Chicago or something like that, I don't remember where they are, that sent somebody specifically on an espionage mission to MAGFest. They were a new convention, and they had heard all these great things about MAGFest and how awesome MAGFest was and the feel of it and how smooth it is and whatever, and that kind of confused me because we're not that smooth, but nobody seems to care too much. So they sent somebody down to check us out and see how we did it, right? And he did it all secret style. He could have just asked us, but he did it all secret style, and he went and he like volunteered and did a little bit of staffing or something and like, you know, checked things out, and he went back to them with a report of, it's an absolute clusterfuck, but it works. I have no idea how they do it.
This is incredibly hilarious because that was literally the theme and story to our fight show.
Right, yes.
Like we did the skit show, and the entire joke was we're hiding the plans for MAGFest 13 and how they make it so awesome from everybody, and then all the like video game characters were hired as mercenaries to find it, and then at the end we all get our ass in. That's how we succeed. You know, so it's all
No, and it really
it's all like
is, like,
improv.
The secret, if there is one, is most of the people running MAGFest, especially in the earlier days, this kind of got fixed as we went on, but most of the people running MAGFest had absolutely zero experience running events like this. So we had no idea what we were doing, and every time we did anything, we reinvented the wheel. And slowly we would like meet up with other people at other conventions and stuff and find out how they did things and be like, oh, that makes sense. I see why you do that, but it's broken. Our way's better. We invented it. It works.
So what's the hiring process then for?
Oh, you're hired.
I know that. Believe me, if there was a barcode on me, it would be stuck there forever. So,
no, the hiring process is just anybody who's enough of a sucker to be like, oh, I'm really interested in this. Can I help out? It's done.
Yeah, pretty much.
The first one's free.
No, the first one's not free.
No, literally.
It's not free.
I mean, and very literally, verbatim, I took over MAGFest because MAGFest 3 was a clusterfuck. At the end of it, I found the guys in charge and I said, you guys need help. And they were like, yeah, please help. And I was like, can I take over like, the whole thing? And at that point, I was just a guy who had come to MAGFest. And they were like, sure, whatever, it's your funeral. So I did.
So one day, some hapless young lad will walk up to you and be all like, "Hey,
Oh, that was
I
Dom.
can fix." Oh, that was Dom.
That was Dom.
So this has happened. So you've already generationally passed this thing down.
Yeah.
Like a bad chromosome or something.
Yeah. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
I know. It's a degenerative disease.
Yeah. No, Joe, the guy who started it, he was smart. He got out after a year.
But they came
Was
back.
that Joe, the guy in the back?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's in the
That
he's
guy.
smart.
So he just leaves. He knows when to leave. He knows
That
he
was the
sees
guy-
the train on fire coming. And
That
it's
was the
about
guy
to-
that started MAGFest originally.
I did the first one.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah. No, he's great.
Cool. Yeah. Very laid back.
Everything here is cool.
Oh, and I think I just saw our newest sucker go by. Is that her? No, that wasn't her. She was wearing a tiara and had similar hair. Never mind.
Where are the tiaras? I didn't get a tiara. My understanding you had a tiara.
I need a tiara.
You don't fall.
His hair keeps getting
No, the warehouse has them.
Oh.
I don't have them. It's like a bucket of like 100 metal tiaras.
So this warehouse, I hear it's pretty huge.
It's like a Ninja Turtle hangout. It's
When
awesome.
are you going to do like a warehouse fest?
Oh, we do all the time.
Oh, you do?
You gotta be on staff, and the word goes out to staff, and we have warehouse parties.
And then we clean, we're gonna organize. And
Yeah, no, we like clean and organize and
right?
sort and fix things, and then we have pizza and booze and watch Ghostbusters or something.
This sounds fun.
Does it have a
I'm saying, it's like a Ninja Turtle hangout.
Okay,
I like to make
cowabunga.
spreadsheets.
Spreadsheet fest?
Yeah. Like at the warehouses.
No, and it's awesome now because Fat Chris, who I don't think is in the room, no, but he's kind of hard to miss. He's like our warehouse guy now. He maintains the warehouse. And he set it all up so that like when things are in place, which is usually,
Never.
as in not right now. No, I mean, he's got it like, you know, reasonably under control now. You can walk in the place, and you walk in, and she's like, holy crap, check out all these games, this is awesome. But it's just sort of a dead, quiet warehouse, and you walk over to the circuit breaker panel, and just flip on the circuit breakers, and the arcade comes to life.
Are you saying it's like that scene in Tron Legacy?
Exactly. Oh my god. It's like that. You walk in, and the arcade comes
You
to life.
got to wire something where Daft Punk music just starts going on over a PA.
Well, that's what he does.
Boom, 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 boom. I can't do the Daft Punk song, but boom, boom, boom. It's loud. Jonathan Days. Like, you all are the musical people here. I just punch people. You make the music. You are the makers of the music.
No, it's awesome. Like, it's a, you know.
I see Chef Ben and Renee over there. We should probably talk about
We should, oh yeah, we should kiss their asses for a while. You guys want your asses kissed?
Show us go home.
Would you like another bottle of scotch?
Oh, wait. Did you get your booze?
No.
Fuck, where's Tresh? He messaged me last night and it was like, I have all the booze for the door side, but I'm not gonna be here. Can you present it or something? And I was like, man, just give it to him. Fuck ceremony.
You didn't do it? Oh.
I don't know. I don't know, it's Tresh. I can't keep track of that.
You had his phone number.
Yeah, I'll have to call him, actually.
Do it now. For real. That's not cool.
Bigger party at Ryan.
Right, yeah, I'm just not too worried about it this time. It's just like,
But still.
All the
you guys have leftover booze from last time.
Wonderful.
So, Renee over there is one of the heads of the Dorsai Irregulars, who is a group that has been doing convention security for longer than I would bet pretty much everyone in this room has been alive. Because I think I'm probably the oldest one in the room next to her.
Wow.
Yeah, he can explain. Anyway, they're awesome, and they are a significant part of the secret of MAGFest, by the way. The actual secret is actually a few things that we've pulled off that have helped us survive, and one of those is getting the door side to help us not get kicked out of hotels.
We tried, but we failed. We've been doing this since 1974. Dorsai was founded in 73. I've been doing convention security for over 40 years. Okay, I really mostly do it online. And every year, you guys try to find something new to throw at us. And so far you've failed. You haven't even wiggled our rear digger yet because we used to work gay laxicon. The bar is set pretty damn high as far as unusual crap to see. But I want to thank all of you. You cooperate, you do what you need to do, and we've never had a problem so far that's been so bad that we've, well actually no, I take that back. We did threaten not to come back after the first year.
Well, no, that's actually one of my favorite anecdotes about the Dorsai and MAGFest. I found them at Anthrocon, which is a whole other anecdote that's pretty entertaining. But we pulled them into MAGFest, and I pulled them in like desperately. I was like, oh my god, you guys need to help us keep our shit together because we have no security and we get kicked out of every hotel we touch, and for damn good reason. So they came and we didn't have our shit together at all. And they came to help us out and everything. They do a report at the end of a convention. And their report at the end of MAGFest 5, which is the first one that they did, was this long breakdown of like everything that went wrong, and it was this like the conclusion of the report basically was MAGFest is a clusterfuck. It's run by the seat of their pants. Nobody has any idea what they're doing, and we don't recommend anybody touch this thing with a 10-foot pole unless they make all of the changes that we've recommended. So that's actually exactly why I wanted to get them in. And I looked down the list of changes and I was like, all right guys, we're doing all of this. We're gonna fix all of this shit because these guys know what they're doing. And so we talked to them and we're like, okay, here's how we're fixing this, here's how we're fixing this, and here's how we're doing this. We're gonna do this extra stuff over here. And they were like, oh, okay, sounds great. So they came back from MAGFest 6, and the report for MAGFest 6 looks exactly the same as the report for MAGFest 5. But the conclusion is, MAGFest is a clusterfuck. They have no idea what they're doing, but it's awesome, and we're gonna come back every year.
On this report, okay, the second year, the lead sentence was despite the appearance of shotgun-wielding riot cops in full gear, this year's MAGFest was much sweeter than last.
That was here. Well, that's actually a very simple story. Somebody got in a fight. It was just a really dumb, like two guys were fighting over a girlfriend or something, and somebody threw a punch. One punch. One of the guys was military, and the girlfriend's friend or something freaked the fuck out because she thought the guy was gonna pull a gun and start shooting people, so she called 911, freaking the fuck out. So 911 just heard guy with a gun in a fight, and they sent the cops with the riot gear and everything, and the cops showed up and were just like, oh no, this fight is over, and it really never was anything. But we had like freaking a SWAT team in the elevator.
Did they pose for pictures?
I think they just sort of rolled their eyes and got the fuck out.
I mean, their cosplay's better than mine.
Okay. Oh yeah? Alright, cool. So you guys are next in line for ass kissing. Come up here and request whatever ass kissing you'd like.
There's chefs, they think.
Well, they're coming up. I'm gonna exit. Yep. I have to get home and train more. Do backflips and stuff. Well, do you have anything you want to say to me? If you want to do this. Okay. Alright. I will continue bullshit. This was a beyond awesome party. I look forward to seeing you all at 13. Make sure to stretch. He's going to be a part of our nerd exercise program. You have a microphone. Go for it. You can say anything you want, and I will just confirm that whatever you're saying is correct.
We have great food.
Correct.
Great staff.
Correct.
And I have no clue what else to say.
For anybody who's on staff, you know this. For anybody who's not on staff, I'm going to dangle the carrot in front of your face. This is how we tease you to get into MAGFest, and then you're trapped. We feed our staff. Like, if you staff and you work, like, at least, what is it, 18 hours for this one? I don't remember the number.
That was 12.
Yeah, something like that. If you staff a couple of shifts and just, you know, sit there and check badges at the door or whatever the hell, we'll feed you.
Because I don't trust y'all with knives.
The way we do this is we have these guys who, in classic MAGFest fashion, have sort of slapped together some shit with duct tape and coat hanger wire and turned it into a full-blown catering service. And they do it for an incredibly tiny budget for us, and they feed all our people damn good food, especially considering how much money we give them to buy that food.
And every year I've been under budget.
Yeah, they pull it off beautifully. And so if you're staff, there's just a staff suite where you can go eat whenever. You don't have to worry about, you know, going across the street to the 7-Eleven or ordering stuff and waiting for it, or just starving, which is what most people end up doing. So, if you like the idea of food, come staff MAGFest. If you like the idea of sanity and having a life and everything, then stay away.
No, there was a crazy guy I didn't attend. It was an attendee, and I think he came up to thank the other attendees for leaving their leftover food out in the hallway. As he and his buddy, and they were rooming, they would roam the Gaylord for the empty breakfast plates and eat out of all of that.
I'm fine with that, actually. I mean, I don't like waste. That's a resourceful person. I don't know if it's legal or anything. I don't know what the hotel policy is on it, but... Hey, Tim, you want a microphone?
Not right now.
Okay.
Clint, do you?
Tim runs panels. Clint, do you want a microphone?
Yes, you do.
You know you want it.
Clint is a sucker. Oh, no, I generally do the pitch on how stupid you would be to staff MAGFest.
He's dreaming.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, that's okay, I can stand. So, panels department, which technically Tim and Tom are in charge of, but I've been helping you with that. We need staffers for panels every year. We're basically in charge of line wrangling, making sure that there aren't too many people in the room if the room catches fire all of a sudden. It's a pretty fun job.
You're talking about the on-site stuff, which is easy.
Yeah.
The hard part is contacting the guests and scheduling everything and making sure.
Well, I don't want to scare everybody.
Yeah.
But we definitely need staffers. We always need staffers. The way actually I got started is Carla, who was in charge of the department at the time, put it on
Oh, it's in the back.
and that's another
Does
job.
anybody have enough of a clue to turn the volume
Hey,
down
Tom,
just a tiny bit
can
so
you
we feedback just
mix
a
your-
little less?
Bring me down a little.
Just bring the master down like 20% or something. That'll probably take care of it.
It's cool that you get to
Okay, am I still good? Yeah, all right, feedback's gone, that's cool, excellent, thank you.
you get to meet everybody. You get to
No, that's later.
you get to
We'll turn it back up.
you get to see all the different events and stuff that are going on. And we have mages too, which is an outgrowth of our panels. It's more an intellectual style thing. We have industry insiders and indie developers and stuff come and talk. So if that kind of stuff's interesting to you, you should email us at panels@magfest.org if you're interested in staffing. I know you've got smartphones, so go ahead and send us an email right now if you're interested. I don't know if it's anything else. See, he just told you all the good things. We're going to spend the next hour telling you about the rest of the shit.
Well, no, actually, I'm going to tangent a little bit on a personal thing. So, all right, anecdote and my history. I went to the first 10 E3s, and I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, know what the E3 is. And when I originally went to the E3, it was to see interesting stuff about games. And the first one was fantastic. Like it was an amazing time for the industry, and lots of people were super excited, and lots of new stuff was being shown, and all the developers were there and everything. It was incredible. Like you just find somebody who was super excited to be doing this stuff, and they were on the forefront of technology and like inventing new stuff all the time. It was awesome. And as it went on, the developers sort of went over to the Game Developers Conference, and like some other stuff sort of filtered out, and every year the E3 got a little bit worse until it turned into what it is now, which is basically just a giant circle jerk of publishers and press. And it's just a big marketing thing, and it's pointless. Around when I was getting completely disillusioned with E3, I discovered MAGFest, which was a bunch of people who were really excited to be doing stuff related to games and were really into this, and like everybody's just friends and hanging out and all that kind of stuff. And so I immediately fell in love with it, and I was like, all right, this is awesome. This is what I've been missing. And one of the ways that I'm trying to keep that going is what he mentioned is MAGES is the Music and Gaming Educational Symposium. And that's the cute acronym that we've come up with for our sort of intellectual track of panels. And the idea there is just to get people together who are interested in advancing the state of video games in whatever way. They're professors that teach game classes. They're game developers who are doing interesting things with game development, with game design and things like that. Chris has one. There's a guy who made a game that includes time travel. Acorn. It includes time travel in multiplayer, so you're playing versus another player, and you can go back in time and change what you did, and it affects them in the present, and it's just like an absolute mindfuck, and it's brilliant. So, if any of you are interested in that kind of thing, if you have any interest in the education of gamers, developers, producing indie games, we've got an indie game showcase, all that kind of stuff, please do get involved. Like, the music side of MAGFest really just sort of grew on its own. It exploded because people were into it, and like you put on that show and everybody gets into it, and the whole music community came together and everything. And that's what's been one of the main driving forces behind MAGFest. The sort of intellectual, like philosophical discussion and advancement of game design and that kind of thing is sort of slowly happening, but it needs some support. We gotta get more people involved. We gotta get the word out more because we don't ever get like a room full of 500 people jumping around for, you know, a discussion of the finer points of motivation and gameplay. So basically echoing what Clinton said, if anybody wants to get involved in that, if that sounds like something you're interested in, it's something I'm extremely interested in myself, which is why I do this, please do get involved or like point people our way. If you know people, if you know a guy and it's just like, oh, I know this indie game developer guy who's doing this really crazy game design and he might be able to give a panel for you or something like that, send them our way, please.
Anybody has any guest suggestions? Just shoot them at me. No?
Not
You
right
just
now.
email me.
Yeah.
Jim Leonard,
Who's Jim Leonard?
Trickster, demo scene.
Email me, because I'm gonna forget his
The
name.
dog and light?
Okay.
All right, give the dog a light.
Hot dog, hot dog, hot dog.
Ah, yes. Okay, actually, yeah,
I'll do.
Nick dropped flyers on me to mention, Monster Party is, let's see, what's the dates on this sucker? November 1st this year. It's sort of like the Game Over concerts, if you guys are familiar with those. We do random little one-off concerts where we just like get a venue in Baltimore or, you know, Raleigh or wherever the hell we do it. We're doing a lot of them in Baltimore. And we just do like a one-shot concert one night, and it's very much like a concert tour, but, you know, without all the other trappings of MAGFest. And November 1st, Monster Party is happening. That's one of our events that's going on. And MAGFest is transitioning into sort of being an umbrella organization for a lot of events. We used to be like an event each year, but this event is part of the expansion into running a lot of different events. And one thing that we're doing is there's an event called Rockage in San Jose in California. It's been running a few years, and it keeps growing, kind of like MAGFest, and it's gotten to the point where the guy running it can't quite handle it. So he came to us for help, and we've absorbed it. It is now a MAGFest event, and Rockage is it's February 6th, so it's a couple of weeks after the main MAGFest in California. So if you're not even in California, you're gonna yell, pointing at this thing. It's basically a mini MAGFest. They do all the same kind of stuff. It's like I guess it's 3 days long. And they've got consoles, they've got panels, I think he gets arcade games in there. Oh yeah, he's getting arcade games. What's that? No, it's 3 days. Yeah. No, it's the whole deal. It's very much like a MAGFest. So that is now a MAGFest event, and it's right after, it's right after MAGFest in San Jose in California, and it's the beginning of our expansion to the West Coast. There will be more. So, and to talk about another one of our events.
Hi. Okay. Now, I know some of you guys have already been to MagStop, but show of hands, who has not been to MagStop? Awesome.
Who has not heard of MagStop that's in the room? Okay, we got a couple who haven't heard of it, so that's good.
Well, basically what MagStop is, it's MagFest, except the complete opposite. It's the party of MagFest. It's the handhelds. It's everything. There's music. There's still people running around with the Humans vs. Zombies game that happened last year. But there's just not the arcade cabinets. But it's okay because everything is awesome. We have cooking. We have our chefs for the MagFest actually in the audience, Will and Jen. We have the chef up. Yes, hi Brendan, I know you're pointing at them. But this year, for 2015, we have the dates already. So those are booked. Yep, That is what I'm hearing.
Oh, have we locked that in? I didn't know
Yes,
that.
they
Cool.
are locked in. So the dates for MAGFest, or for MAGStock, sorry, for 2015 are going to be June 19th through the 21st. And those should be, what's something I think, they should be up on the website. Probably
You know,
this
you
morning.
missed the key word. Anybody who's never heard of MAGStock has no idea yet that it's a camping event.
Yes!
There is camping.
It's out in the woods.
In Virginia, and it's awesome.
It's in the middle of the woods. The campground has more power than this hotel. So everybody at the campground could go and plug in an air conditioner, and probably if they wanted to bring an arcade cabinet or whatever.
Has
God,
anyone
those
done an
people
arcade cabinet
reason.
yet?
No, but we've had someone bring air conditioners.
Oh
To
yeah,
the
no, I know that.
tent.
Yeah, there's power. You put an arcade cabinet, just, you know, set it in front of a tree.
You can bring an RV if you have an RV, if you don't want to camp out. Yes, there's a moon
There is a
bounce.
moon bounce.
There's a moon bounce on the lake. They also have mini golf. They just brought that in this past
And
year.
like
So,
what, 300-foot long slip and slide?
Yeah, we have a slip and slide.
Uh,
Slip and slide.
MAGStock is kind of awesome and a very unique thing. 2 years ago when I went, I showed up really late. It was like midnight, and I didn't know where anything was. And I parked my car and stepped out, and it was like pitch black in the woods. And I heard some people coming out of the woods, and I was like, "Hey, where's the MAGFest stuff?" And they just kind of looked at me drunkenly and were like, "MAGFest is everywhere." And I was like, "All right." So I just stood there for a moment until I music, and I started stumbling through the woods blindly, like toward the music. And then as I got closer, I saw the lasers in the trees. And I was just like, okay, now I've got it. And I kept heading, and there was like a 10-foot tall screen with a whole shitload of people playing Smash Brothers and a laser show in the trees. And it was fucking nuts, and it's awesome. And if you walk around MAGStock, you will see that every campsite has like a nice big tent set up, like a sort of pavilion kind of thing. And everyone has something to cook with and something to play video games on. And they're playing video games in the middle of the woods all weekend long. It's pretty
We did
awesome.
the hub this year, so
Right.
one of the guys went to Costco and got 12 of these giant tarps. What is 15? So like 3 by 5 of them all zip tied together and strung up into the trees over. Jeez, I don't know the road or everything.
Yeah, no, they made like a central area with like a giant makeshift tent, and like we were playing video games and barbecuing and stuff. And this was last year. I had a personal Super Guitar Brothers concert because they showed up at like 3 a.m. or something. We were hanging around. It was like 6 a.m. and Billy was cooking us eggs, and there was like 5 people sitting around shooting the shit. And one of the Super Guitar Brothers was like, "Hey, since Paul has to leave, you want to just go get the guitars and play something right now?" I was just like, "Fuck yeah!" So like the sun is coming up while we're cooking eggs on an outdoor grill, and 2 guys with acoustic guitars are serenading us while we have breakfast. It was really cool. So yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't want to camp, they do also have rental units, like cabins and stuff. So if you really don't like tents, you can either bring your own RV or rent a trailer or cabin thing from a campground. They're awesome people, much like the hotel. It's like they put up a lot of bullshit from us. Yeah. No.
Or you could be like some people and just show up and kind of sleep in your car or wherever.
Yeah. Yeah, Dom sleeps in his car in a green tent. That is his tent.
Yeah, he drives down in an SUV. He runs the engine for like 20 minutes to kick in the AC for a while. And then he shuts it off and goes to sleep in the back of his air-conditioned SUV. People are leaving! Woo! Congratulations! Oh yeah. Somebody's trailer exploded. It had nothing to do with us.
That was on Thursday, like Thursday, that was setting up.
Right.
Thursday, right before that.
It was like the setup day of the next time. Somebody's like propane tank exploded and burned down the whole train. Okay, we're getting completely pointless and people are starting to leave. So hey Brendan, you want a microphone?
Yeah, you're doing pretty good for me already.
Should I make some of my anecdotes longer?
Yeah, it's supposed to be feedback now.
All right, now's the part where you turn the volume on the PA like way up and just give that like.
Thank you for waking me up.
Where's Wes? Hey Wes.
Wes!
Hi Wes.
Hi, Wes. How did that panel go this morning?
Oh, we've been sitting here for more than an hour, so yeah, we're done.
Yes, 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 yes.
Hi, Wes. How did that panel go this morning? Good morning.
Panel went well. Should I walk up here?
Yes.
Do you want a microphone?
Probably.
We're just giving them out.
The voice in this one, yeah.
Whatever you want. Yeah, whatever you want to do. It's up to you.
Panel went well. We had a good time. The over/under on when John would arrive was 30 minutes, and somebody won some MAGFest. Did you win?
Well done.
Yes, he won the MAGFest points for John. We went and crashed a wedding last night.
Yeah, you mentioned
Yeah, and it went great. We showed some pictures from the wedding of John dancing with the bridesmaids, John coming out from under the table with the bridesmaids, John getting slapped by the bride. They were great. Me sticking my finger in the wedding cake, but you know, that's considered a faux pas. Can't imagine. Who knew? Who knew? But we had a good time, and we got back in time for the cosplay last night right here in this room. And so basically, let me just break it down for you. John eating crab cakes, lots of crab cakes. Lots of crab cakes. I'm saying crab cakes a lot because it was amusing to say crab cakes around John this morning. He had some, he was doing just like rum and cokes at first. And then they brought the champagne for the toasting. And John thought that was a good idea to mix the streams. Then he came back here to MAGFest. And one of the fun things at MAGFest to do, it's called, What Will John St. John Drink? I was at his panel on Friday night, Saturday morning really. And people brought some things up. Who brought the margarita mix?
The margarita bucket?
The margarita bucket. Who brought that? Was that you?
Yeah, that was myself and Rez.
May I just say,
Oh, yeah.
that tasted like colonoscopy prep. That was one of the worst things I've ever put in my mouth.
Hold on. I want to know how it is that you're a connoisseur of colonoscopy.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm a connoisseur. It's not like I take a big swish and then, that's good stuff. No. I had a colonoscopy in August, so it was close enough for me to have a very bad flashback. So, yeah, I took a big sip of that and I thought, oh, let's pretend it's good. Because I didn't want to hurt your feelings. You know, don't want to hurt your feelings on this. So you take a sip of this stuff, and then the first moment it hits your lips and it gets on your tongue, your brain suddenly goes, no. And the lips then shut down. And you're holding it up there for a second like, I'm really chugging this down. This is good. Yes. Set it down. Realizing, of course, there's going to be that colonoscopy prep all over my mustache for the rest of the night. And then it sat on the table till one guy came up and said, I want to see what that tastes like. Just randomly, in the crowd. Now you know you're at MAGFest when somebody sees a strange liquid. It might have some alcoholic content, and they're like, give it to me. So he came up and he grabbed that and he started chugging it down. He pulled it back, that cup up. And I gotta give it to him. The first half of the cup started going down pretty smoothly. But then you could see his brain kick in and go, no. It starts rolling down the side of his face, streams of fluid down the side of his face, followed soon by the tears. As he continued to try to chug this down. And he finished off, and we're like, good, right? And he's like, I don't know if he spoke the rest of the night. But I know it happens about a half an hour after you drink the colonoscopy prep. So I have an idea how his evening, your evening, everybody who had the margarita went. Oh, and speaking of which, that was John's morning too. So if you do see John today, I want you just to go up to him and go, how were the crab cakes?
I'm assuming if you do see John today, he's gonna have sunglasses on.
John had him through the whole panel today, sunglasses through the whole panel, and he will at some point, and this is how John works, John will be like, oh dear Lord, hey, I've got balls of steel, and he's back at it. So if you see John walking like this, just come up and be like, hey, crab cakes, right? All right? And if you see him afterwards and he's not walking that way, and you start to say crab cakes, he may chase you, because we gave it to him pretty hard. Yeah, but that's what you're supposed to do, right?
I think so. I think that's how it goes. I don't actually drink, so there's a whole section of MAGFest that's a little alien to me, and I just hear the anecdotes and I enjoy them.
You should come out to, if you ever followed, just said, tonight is the night, I'm going to follow John St. John from dusk until dawn.
I'm going to have to do that one of these days.
Okay, would you do me a favor and make sure your insurance is up to date before you do that? Only the king of MAGFest can survive the king of MAGFest. No, he's great. I gotta tell you, John is great. We enjoyed going out. We had a nice time coming back, and once we got here, the party just continued on and on. I want to know what you guys did while we were gone. We were gone for about 5 hours. So what happened then?
Which 5 hours? There's a schedule.
Oh no, I'm saying I'm leaving.
Oh, I thought you had a suggestion of what happened in 5 hours.
Smart ones. Get out.
Congratulations.
What was it, like last night or something?
I saw John at like exactly midnight last night, so you guys got background there.
And he was still doing pretty good, wasn't he?
He was talking, taking pictures with people, signing and everything.
Yeah, John was in good shape. When I last saw him, it was about 2 a.m., and John seemed to be in good shape. I didn't know that there was anything going on until about 11:30 this morning before we came down to the panel, and I got a little text. It was John saying, I'm having the crab cakes that we had last night again, and I hope to see you fairly shortly. So that's where it goes. So remember, I'm gonna hear you say it, crab cakes.
Crab cakes.
Awesome, awesome.
And I got a good John St. John story, by the way.
Oh, okay.
All right, so MAGFest 9, or maybe it was 8, I don't remember. I was working concerts till 5 in the morning or something like that, and I finally had like 5 minutes free. It was a really crazy year or whatever, so I'm going up to my hotel room, just tired, and I'm like, I'm gonna have one drink. And I walk out of the elevator, and John St. John is there, and he's sort of in a daze, and I'm just like, hey man, did you get through to 30 parties? That was your goal? You were trying to do like 30 random parties? He's like, yeah, I did 30 parties. I was like, all right, 31, let's go.
The record, I think, was it 32 or 33?
I'm sure he smashed it.
Yeah, no, this time he didn't go after it.
Oh yeah?
He didn't go after it. He did a respectable number of parties. How many people here partied with John St. John at MAGFest? Put your hands in the air. What's with the rest of you?
There's a
What?
few of us that don't drink.
John St. John's sort of like the Santa Claus of
If you don't drink, just go up.
No, wait. This will be interesting. All right. Show of hands. Who in this room has had 0 alcohol for all of this MAGFest?
Good.
Check it out. That's,
Good on you.
That's actually a little more than I expected. So you guys are my crew. You can find me anytime.
Nice work.
And we'll hang out.
Yeah, philosophy.
There's that. Did that actually stop you?
It wouldn't have.
It took some thought.
Well, thank you for making our lives easier.
Yeah. I had one shot
Yeah. It was,
during the thing.
It was residue, right?
Yeah.
Called you into residue.
And he made the,
He's like,
you gotta have this. So I had that one shot, and I had a flute of champagne last night, but otherwise, I, pretty much am St. John's designated driver.
He needs one.
Yeah, so I am the caretaker, the key master, if you will. But what I think is, if you're not going to drink with John St. John, you need to slow dance with him. Just walk up to John, start the dance. Start the hug, because everybody hugs John. He hugs everybody here at MAGFest. But the goal is to turn that hug into a super awkward, slow dance. You already up for the challenge? Who's going to be the first person to slow dance with John today? You, sir. That hand went up pretty quick. Excellent. And as soon as I said you, sir, your hand went right down.
Take it from Wes. Take it from Wes. All the special guests at MAGFest love being skeezed out.
Well, it happens.
Silence.
It's just a part of the process, right?
Yeah, more or less.
Absolutely. You didn't tell me any of this, Brendan, when I first came to MAGFest 8. Here we are, just one half MAGFest away. But you didn't tell me when I came to MAGFest 8 that was going to be part of the entire process. I just learned as I went.
Well, and that's why you come back. You've learned. You're one of the good ones.
Oh,
We just kind of throw people into the fire and see if they come back out smiling.
it's been pretty cool. Now, here we are at 8.5, and I talked about this at our panel earlier today. I look at 8.5 as The Shining. You're in an old hotel. You're wandering through parties of the past. We've been here. These things have happened here at this hotel. You can still feel it in the wallpaper. It's echoing around.
No, they actually replaced that part of the wallpaper.